Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Good News Radio. So today is Saturday the 10th of January. It's a brand new year and a brand new day, and here we are starting yet another successful year at the Good News Radio. So if you have been listening, Vishmi may have taken you through the previous segment, which was a very inspiring segment about the Foundation of Goodness's Dive for Goodness. So hope you have been listening and hope you have listened to the amazing work the Dive for Goodness team has been doing over the years. A truly remarkable effort by the Foundation of Goodness. So, like all the other days, we are here live from the Foundation of Goodness's Sinigama Center of Excellence, and the time right now is 2:46 p.m. And as you know, we will be here till 5 p.m. So do stay tuned. And now we move on to the next segment. So I think today is a very, very special day. So we also have our founder Kushal Gunasekara in the studio with us, and also we have 4 amazing guests who we will be speaking to. So Kushal, I think the foundation has had many visitors over the years, right? We've had many world-class cricketers, some amazing volunteers, but I think this is the first time that we're having a visitor as special as her, a world-famous rapper.
Absolutely. I think first to begin with, I want to wish everyone a blessed, fortunate and a wholesome new year. Today we're very privileged. I know, like you said, we've had lots of sports personalities, celebrities of different kinds, but we haven't had a celebrity or a superstar of this nature. I think the stage name goes as Little Sims, right? I'm not sure, but I'm not in rapping so much, but when I got this call from her manager Rose, and she enlightened me exactly what the background is, and then we did our research and found that she's an amazing star. And then we got connected, and she's here, but she's also known as Simbi. It's easy for us to affectionately call her Simbi, and Simbi is here. And actually I wasn't sure whether they were really coming, but like 3-4 days before, Rose called me and said, Kushal, now they're coming on the 6th. Can you talk to them and see what can be done? And I kept the volunteering part very flexible, because also our other friend Mike McCormack, he was the former MD of Universal Music Studios, and he has a beautiful villa in Abradu. That's where they're staying. And I came down specially from Colombo on a Thursday to welcome this great star, Little Simbi, to Sinigama, because, we rarely get opportunities like this, having such celebrities of this stature, coming from, England she is from. And then she was accompanied by another, top quality, photographic expert, Blair. And of course her mother as well told us. So it was a really very welcoming. The first day they did the tour, and they got involved with a photographic session to lecture. And then they also went into another classroom yesterday to teach them English, give off their background. And today women's empowerment, they motivated and encouraged and inspired a lot of the rural women who had graduated in different courses, and they actually went on to tell their stories. But more importantly, yesterday was the biggest draw card, was the special needs kids concert. And in that concert, she couldn't refuse when she was asked to sing and rap, and some people even put their hands up saying that they know what rap is all about, and I was really amazed and shy, but they knew and I didn't know. But I know what rap is, but I'm not a follower.
I think we've established that you're a bit old school.
Absolutely. I agree. And I accept that wholeheartedly. I don't know whether you knew anything about rap anyway.
I know rap.
Right.
Of course.
But you didn't
I am from a different generation.
Of course, but you didn't know that she was the number 1 female star.
No, that I didn't know, but I heard because everyone was talking about it, and then I Googled, and then I'm like, oh wow, this is
so that
great.
means you're not following rap, although you're younger. Okay, that's fine. We have a go at each other, so that's fine. But we're really very pleased to welcome you, Simbi, and thank you for doing what you did. It's been really, truly amazing. What a phenomenal, extraordinary time you've had here. You've captured the hearts of, everyone who's here, the students, the village, boys and girls, the youth, the ladies who are here. I think you kind of mesmerized them with your singing, and yesterday the dancing as well. And there are so many, kids who are, the concert went on for about nearly 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
And they just, sat and listened, and of course participated in the event as well. So it went really good. And they had a lot of feedback to say that they were thrilled. And so they are so fortunate and blessed to, have her come and perform, right? So it's been really magical from that standpoint. And we also, I'm sure her visit will enrich, humanity more, because she has a great following, very significant. So someone is also bound to get inspired and come and do what she did. So we are very, very grateful, and, expending your resources, energy, the expertise. But having had a chat with you both, Blair and, Simbi, I told them, which I tell everyone when we have this, volunteer segment, that giving of your time is most priceless and extremely precious. That is something you cannot relive, right? Everything else you can somehow get it back with whatever the resources, knowledge, what have you. But this has been absolutely breathtaking in terms of your time here. We value that immensely. And it's also, gives you the kind of confidence and self-worth that you did something like this to rejoice, in having served humanity in one way or the other. How many kids might be inspired to get to where you went to, because you explained this morning, to the women who are out there, that this is the path to take, and this is how I struggled and went forward. So that was very inspiring to them as well. And also Blair shared her story too, and that was also very, very, significant and important. So I'm really, really pleased that Foundation Goodness has had the privilege of having another, top superstar come by, and we are, I don't know how it happens, but it does happen. That connecting, maybe the universe is doing its work for the good that we have done. Maybe doing good rewards is taking us to where we need to go. And another top celebrity coming to, assist us. And I'm sure it won't be the last time, she'll be to Sri Lanka. I think we have already won their hearts. Simbi, we would like to share your, the journey, first the journey as well, the journey to come to Sri Lanka, and then also to visit the Foundation of Goodness. And also, I love the way you brought your mother as well, because yesterday, the first song that the concert, exhibited or demonstrated was the connection between the mother and the child. And that resonated very well, with you being so grateful to your mother, because gratitude is the best attitude. And, you brought the mother. Mother was so thrilled, I can tell you. When you were not there, she was telling me how happy and how proud she is and all of that stuff. So that's great. So over to you, and we would like to hear your thoughts, and very welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having me, for welcoming me with such open arms. It's honestly already been one of the highlights of my life coming here. And I'm so happy I done it at the top of the year. Like, this is such a nice way to start the year. It's 2026 with Blair as well, and my mum. And I've always wanted to come to Sri Lanka, like, for years. I've traveled to so many places. I've seen, so many different cultures, but Sri Lanka's the one place I've just always been like, I need to go there. Like, when am I gonna go? And so last year I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna go. I was actually gonna come by myself. And I spoke to my manager, Rose. I said, I want to go to Sri Lanka. I want to, do some volunteering. Like, I just want to go and experience it. And, she told me about Psychosocial and the Foundation of Goodness, and I thought this is perfect. This is literally what I'm looking for. And then when I was on tour, in America, Blair came, like, to shoot some of my shows. And we was talking, and she was like, well, you know, what you got what's next after tour? And I said, I'm going to Sri Lanka. And she was like, I'll come. And I was like, really? Like, I didn't expect her to come, to be honest. And then a few weeks before we got here, she was like, yeah, what's your flight details? Like, I'm booking my ticket. I was like, oh, she's actually coming. And then I told my mum I'm going, and then she was like, I'm coming. I was like, what? Everyone's just coming on this trip. But I'm so glad. Like, this is, the best two people that could have been with me on this trip, and coming here and meeting all of the staff that are doing such amazing things, and just, you know, how they treat their own. I think how everyone is so, inspired by each other. Like, it really feels like a community. It really feels like a home. It really feels like everyone's got each other's best interests, and everyone really cares about the work they do. And it kind of reminds me of home in a way, like growing up having this youth center called St. Mary's that was in my hometown, and how, like, you know, if I didn't have a place like that, I wouldn't be where I am today, and how important it is to invest in people, in young people, doesn't matter what age as well. And that's what I love as well. Like, even when I was teaching the class yesterday, and I was talking to the students, and the teacher was in the class, and like, I think I asked the question, and I got all the students to explain, and by accident I actually missed out the teacher, because I thought, I didn't expect her to participate or be like a student. And she did, she got involved, you know, and it just made me feel like, okay, like, the teachers can learn from the students, and the students can learn from the teachers. Like, it's an equal exchange, which I thought was really, really beautiful. So anyway, it's just, it's a really beautiful, place and environment to be a part of. And yeah, you guys are doing amazing work, and I'll definitely be spreading the word and letting people know. I'm really glad I came.
Thanks very much indeed, and love the noble endeavor, the positive outlook, the wholesome action you have given. You brought a lot of energy, like you said, to the place, and then I'm sure it'll be very vibrant, and you know, we will be also inspired by your visit to try and take it forward, do more good, and it definitely fuels our passion, Simbi, to get to where we want to go further, because our objective is to serve mankind and bridge this urban-rural divide. And as we give opportunities, training, exposure and the facilities to all these kids out there. So by you coming here, I think everyone was upbeat, and that is
amazing food as well. Big up the chefs.
Yeah.
Amazing food. Love Sri Lankan food. The spice, just right. Yeah.
You didn't find it too spicy?
No, I'm Nigerian, so I can handle spicy food for sure.
Yeah, Sashikala, although you said I'm not from this generation to know rap music, but I was upbeat as well. So
very cool.
So really thankful that, I don't know how it happens, but it does happen, because I think we wish sincerely for the best to uplift others. So the universe could be seeing what we do and get stored, and then, somehow these connections have a way of, because Sashikala always tells me, Kushal, you seem to be I don't want to say it myself, but she said, you seem to be the best networker that is going around. I said, I am doing this for charity and for humanitarian aid, not for myself. So, your visit also will help us to uplift so many other people in, rural disadvantaged communities which are underserved. So, but thank you for coming to Sri Lanka. It boosts Sri Lankan tourism, which we are, largely dependent on. So, people of your, background and caliber 100%. Coming around is, huge, kind of a boost again for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I can't wait to travel and tell everyone I meet about the experience I've had, and just get people to come.
So it's too bad that you're on a very, very short visit. So I think you
Yeah.
should definitely come back now.
Yes, I definitely want to come back and spend more of an extended period of time, because I know there's so much to see. I know I haven't even scraped the surface, you know.
But
So-
Sachikala is something is better than none at all.
Exactly.
So having her even for like 4 or 5 days is truly great. And I wasn't sure till 5th whether she's really coming here on the 6th. So I actually sent a message, and I got a surprise when her manager wrote to me and said she's coming at 9:30, and I always struggle to get in the morning to come here. I said, can she delay by, this is the first time I'm telling someone, delay by 1 hour, and I'll somehow get there. But anyway, it worked out very
Yeah,
well.
it
And,
worked out.
thanks very much. And
Yeah, of
again,
course.
many blessings for well-being, happiness, and success to experience more good fortune.
Thank
for
you
sure.
so much. Very
And,
grateful.
I'm sure you will go from strength to strength, and we can also rejoice that to say to someone that you have come here, and also your name will go up on the board as a celebrity visitor, and then put it up right in front amongst all the other stars of different kind of backgrounds. Yeah.
Maybe we can just take a few minutes, because she's such a special guest here, and ask her about her music career. How did you start? What made you start? And how did you sort of climb up to this stature of where you are today?
Yeah, I've always been like a performing arts kid, so whether it was music or dance or acting, I've just always enjoyed the performing arts. And like I was saying earlier, I had a youth center in my area that I went to that kind of helped encourage and nurture my talent. And I just never stopped, I was really, really passionate about it. I felt like I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. And I put all my eggs into this basket, and I just, I didn't stop. So it takes a lot of hard work. It definitely takes a lot of hard work and sacrifice, but, I wouldn't have it any other way, So yeah, I'm very, very grateful.
Lovely. And thank you so much for, I'm sure despite your very busy schedule, you said you were just touring in the US a
Yeah.
few months ago, right?
Yes, I was on tour from like June to November.
That's a long time.
Festivals, and then I done Europe, and then I done the UK, and then the US and Canada.
Asia next.
Asia next.
And she loves,
Yes.
like you said, I saw her enjoying the food, so she said she loves the Sri Lankan food as you.
I love it.
So what plans for this year? Are you planning to tour more?
I've got a few shows later on in summer, like festival season, but I'm just going to focus on writing and creating, which is nice because even coming here, I feel so inspired, just like looking around, talking to people, the work that we've been doing. It's just, I'm so like, my tank is so full, and I'm excited to go back in the studio and talk about these experiences and talk about what I've seen and what I've learned, and share it with people through my art, through my music. So, yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful indeed. And again, I think we should be very thankful that she took all the time, despite everything that's going on, to come to Sri Lanka and also to come to the
No,
foundation.
thank you
Goodness.
guys, man. Don't thank me. It's to you.
No, and also
sure.
like she said, is at the beginning of the year. It also is an auspicious probably start. And then I'm sure we will carry on with that upbeat music, and we always be on the positive kind of outlook, trying to reach. So it kind of gives us a like a prop up for us to keep doing what we do best. And when she was talking to the women, and she said, you have to ask yourself, why are you doing what you do? So that was a good line, and to be the best version of ourselves. So thank you for being here again, and we wish you and your mother a long, peaceful life, and
Thank you.
inner peace as well. And but at the same time, we cannot forget her good friend who accompanied her all
Blair
the way
Brown.
from Blair. And I think Blair is into photography. And day before she took on a class, and that day happened to be our photography class. And, I think she did teach many of them how to look at outside the box, not to be in that, frame, where, because our people sometimes get fixed with, okay, we need to do a wedding, or we need to do wildlife photography, what have you. But here she just said, look, what she has done, and also in today's class, she did mention that she was frightened, but she took the environmental photographs, plus, she was taking photographs of other people's stories, whatever she was able to capture, and she was investigating how to do it better, and so she was self-driven to the point that she wanted to actually reach, no matter what anyone said. It's like Simbi's. Some people said, always is the case, right? You may not reach the stars, you can try. It's a male-dominated industry, so the more you say these things, the challenges, the more you want to, upskill and, get to where you want to go. So I think, we like to hear from, Blair as well. Thank you for coming, Blair, and accompanying the great, celebrity as well. So, so we have a double connection now. In the UK one more, and in America one more as well.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you so much for having us here. I mean, this is definitely the best way, I think, that I could think of starting off a year on such a good note, of getting to come here and having the opportunity to spend this time and learn about everything you guys do here and be part of it. And I think that I've enjoyed my time here so much and learning so much about all of you guys and what you do, and also about myself and about Sims, and just new ways to come here and having the opportunity to spend this time and learn about everything you guys do here and be part of it. And I think that I've enjoyed my time here so much and learning so much about all of you guys and what you do, and also about myself and about Sims, and just new ways to give back and tell stories and be part of the bigger story that's not just ourselves. And I'm looking forward to hopefully coming back and ending after this trip, like getting to tell everyone about what you guys do here and spread that message both in my personal life and getting more people out here and all of that. And we
would love to have you here, and I know Sims will be more, of course, really busy tour, but at least I know you can come and volunteer and give off your time, probably for photography and whatnot. I know it's a long way off, but still, at least coming here, you'll get, what shall I say, inspired, motivated, and to partake in our programs, to do the best we can. Yeah,
and like what Sim said of just my tank is so full, my cup is so full. I think in the busy world of go, and giving so much in every aspect of our lives, to be able to have a moment to, in a different way, give, that kind of fills our cup and fuels us to keep us going through, whatever next chapter comes our way. I'm just so grateful to be out here and in such a beautiful place, and the food and all these friends we're making, the people, and it's so just beautifully dense with life, and doing my best to soak it in and capture it, and share a bit more of it to everyone else however I can.
Food seems to be a common favorite, and I am loving it, because not everyone can handle the spices of Sri Lankan food. So kudos to both of you, and you especially, for handling it very well done. So Kushal did mention that you taught the photography class. Maybe you can enlighten us. How was that experience? What did you think about it? What did you learn?
Yeah, I mean, one of the themes and something I've been kind of focused on recently was learning about fear and doing things that make you uncomfortable and how to grow. And the way you grow is by the way you know a subject is by teaching it. And I haven't really had many chances to teach as much in photography as much as I've learned. And so it was a really great opportunity to just get up there with nothing prepared and just realize I knew a lot more than I thought. And I've done a lot more because, it's just a lot of it's been so go, go, go. I've been doing it since a teenager, and to have those moments to kind of reflect and share stories and hopefully inspire more people to photograph the things that are around them and what they love and enjoy, and to, learn the rules and art of photography and storytelling, and then learn to break them in their own fashion and find their own eye and style, and take that into the rest of their life as well. As there's the right way to do something is your way, and when it comes to art, I'm just so grateful to be here.
I think what counts mostly is, to be, after coming here, to be better than you used to be.
Absolutely.
That's what matters the most. It has opened your eyes, the vision, the plan to help, and, all of that. Because when you see, when you live in a world that is, far more like in a first world, you don't really see that much. I know in Nigeria, it's more or less like what I'm trying to say. But when you come into a place like that, I know lots of volunteers who have come from very privileged, fortunate backgrounds. But when they have come here, it's a two-way, kind of, benefit, because they become more content, they're more forgiving, they become, also more kinder, more nicer, they care, they share, and it's about doing all that. So I've noticed a lot of them who come here, when they go, they seem to tell me in other words that we are better than we used to be. So that's a very, very powerful kind of experience they have, encountered at a very early age, especially now. You saw Vila, who has come, she's 19, she's a gap year student, wanting to get to the university and stuff like that. So, I always tell people, being born human is one thing, but ending up being human is ultimate. Absolutely.
Yeah, that reminds me of this phrase my dad taught me growing up of, we can have a lot of self-doubt, or not every day is, you don't feel your best every day, but at the end of the day, if you focus on 3 G's, if you can give, grow, or gratitude is the third one. If you did one of those things, if you shared something, if you gave from yourself, or if you found a way to grow, if you learned something, or if you just gave thanks, what were you grateful for that day? And if you could just tick one of those boxes, then, you're better than, it was a successful day. Yeah. And that's just doing something so small just to make sure you tick on one of those boxes is something I've loved to focus on. And I think I'm hitting those boxes over and over and over again every moment out here. And so, I am so fulfilling to be able to,
and especially when you come from a fluent background, you never get this chance, again, as I said before. So, then it opens your eyes, how much more can I do for others? Because, at the end of the day, I always say the beauty of life depends on how happy others are because of us. And also, when you do something for others who cannot repay the favor, is the hallmark of your true character as well. So I think all in all, we are very blessed to have you, and I think you're blessed to come here as well, and not to brag, but just to give you that kind of background. So I know so many people who went very content, who come from a very rich background. I cannot but tell you this story very quickly, of a girl who came to volunteer from the UK, and she was from a very, very rich, affluent, privileged background, And the last day she was crying when she had to go back. So I asked her what is so emotional, and she said to me, every day I walk past the girl who comes to play sport with me, and she comes from almost a hut kind of dwelling, and she calls me to share her bun and the cup of tea. And she told me, I don't even know the neighbors. The neighbors are affluent as much as we are, and very rich, but we don't have time. So in this fast-paced world, when we don't have time, we don't notice these things. But she noticed it, and she said, this girl has nothing, but is always wanting to share and care. And I just couldn't handle that, so this is the way it works, strangely. So I'm very, very glad, and I want to thank you. Gratitude is the best attitude, as I always say. We are very grateful for the two of you to take your time and come back. And thank you to, all our staff. Thank you to, Sashikala also is giving, we must also talk about Sashikala. I always take the time because of, even Blair mentioned the three things, like giving, growing, and gratitude. She comes to volunteer with us for 2.5 years every Saturday, and she comes and as young as she is, she's coming here to volunteer, which even probably I couldn't do at that age, but I played cricket, of course, so anyway. But we want to recognize that fact as well. How many people can give that kind of time on a Saturday to come all the way for 2 hours and spend time and uplift and elevate the standards of, boys and girls who need help, so we are very, very grateful, and thanks very much indeed.
Thank you, and that was an absolutely wonderful session. Loved listening to both of you. Loved listening to your thoughts and your passions. Thank you so much. So our only request is do come here again, and I'm sure the foundation and everyone in the community would love to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of this conversation, not the segment, because now we have two other guests who we would like to speak with. And Kushil, would you like to do the honors of introduction?
Yes, but shall we take a break, because I just want to see Sims and Bea going, because they have to probably go back.
Right, yes.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after this very short musical